Hey folks, how you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Just I grabbed a bite to eat, bloody starving. Bloody busy in here today. Just gonna head off up to the barn. Every time I fill this bike with fuel, you can smell it through that cap. It's irritating. Go up. Amazing how good you feel when you've had something to eat. Yeah, I didn't film it when I was at the petrol station. A guy pulled up on his motorbike. He was saying finally dry day, so bloody tell me about it. I said, oh, we ride all year round. He's like, yeah, so do I. Happy it is. Still chilly though. Box. Suspicious powerful. His fires are down. Yeah, I thought, well, like I said, I forgot my bloody bag and stuff, but with the weather saying it was going to be so much warmer today, I was like thinking going to Southport or something, but honestly folks, really chilly. Very chilly. And I want to say a huge thank you for all the responses and likes I've got over there. One of the last videos I did about a Chinese bike's good or bad and CBTS and licensing laws. And like I said, should be a CBT and you're done. But to me, this is another thing I wanted to talk about, to be honest, is listen, do you know something? I think 50cc's are dangerous because they can't even do 30 mile an hour unless you fiddle around with them and whatever. So for me, if I was in charge, I would say right, we're abolishing 50cc's unless you're using them off-road and stuff. It's going to be a 125 when you're 16, and then when you're 17 it's 250. And if you're older than 17 and it's the first time you've ever ridden a bike or whatever, you're doing a CBT, you should learn to do it on a 250. And the thing is with that as well, I think when you get to 17, or even if you're an adult, you're 18 or whatever, well 17 onwards, once you've got to the 250, you should be allowed to go on the motorway. Your red old plate should change to a green one, so that if you're on the motorway, the police will be like, oh, he's in his second year of riding, he's on a 250, he's totally fine. Part of the CBT should be practicing getting onto dual carriageways, filtering into traffic, and then vice versa. And like I said, 16-year-old, 125, after a year, and you've not got any points on your licence, you can progress up to a 250. Again, you keep your nose clean. And then after 2 years riding on the road, it should be, you can have what you want now. It's like part of the test on the Mod 1, doing a figure of 8. I'm not being funny. I've been riding now 2 years and not once have I done a figure of 8. What is that needed for? Whee! You don't need it. You don't need to be doing a figure of 8. But that's my point. That's how it should be, to encourage people to ride bikes. It's like somebody could come along at 17, do the CBT and be like, I'm not even buying a 125, I just want to pass my test, and within 3 months or so passes the test and is on a whatever size capacity bike they want. And to me, that person hasn't got the experience on the road like what me and Sanjay have got. So like I said, there's those of us that will sit there and say, well, I'm happy with the 125, I don't, or there's most people when they turn 17, I guess, like what I did, go and get a car because you want to go around with your mates and all the rest of it. But that's how it should be. If you do your CBT, keep your nose clean for 2 years, no penalty points or anything on your licence. You should get a letter from the DVLA saying congratulations, yada yada yada, you're now free to ride what you want. Because then people are going to, you know, it's an incentive. You're 16, you know the score. Well, I'm 16, I can ride a 250 in a year from now, as long as I don't get any points on my licence. They don't get points on licence, boom, they've got a 250, they're buzzing. They can go on the motorway now. Alright, I'd still say don't take any passengers and stuff like that, but they can go on the motorway. It's an incentive, and then they look and think, if I keep my nose clean for another year, I can get whatever bike I want. Again, it's an incentive. Come on, Sanjay. And that's how it should be. It's not, all right, well, you can do your test now and you've got to do this and you've got to do that. It's like when I did my theory, I smashed it on the questions, got every single one of them right. I was 1 point short on the up where you click to see oncoming things, whatever it's called, and I just thought, it's pathetic. And that's the thing, if you say, like me, you're a car driver and you've got a full driving licence, you shouldn't have to do a theory. You should just have to do, as it is now, your mod 1, your mod 2, and that's it. I've already done a theory, and a car, let's be honest, a car is more lethal than a motorbike in a crash. Well, not in a crash, I mean like if you crashed into somebody, like a member of the public or something like that. Alright, yeah, you're more likely to survive in a car crash because we've got airbags and all that kind of stuff, so in that sense they are safer. But the point I'm trying to make is a car is more likely to kill or maim somebody in a high speed accident because of the size and weight of it. Don't get me wrong, there was a crash in Blackpool. It was on the news at one of the zebra crossings. A guy on a motorbike's gone into a pedestrian and they're both dead, the biker and the pedestrian, unfortunately. And I can only presume that the biker was going at a good rate of knots. But you see my point, things need to change, they really do. Because if I was 17 and I was thinking, right, okay, I can get a 125 now, which is great. But when they, and this is what they're saying, if you want, it's called motorbike licenses may become easier to get. It's on Visor Down, have a look. That's where I found out what was, you know, what's being proposed. But they're not saying exactly what they're going to be doing. They're just looking into all the information, and they'll at some point in the future either make recommendations or change things. But as it stands, less and less people are going on to do the test to ride big bikes, and at the end of the day, that's a knock-on effect, doesn't it? And that knock-on effect is, well, there's going to be less and less bikes registered because fewer people are doing the test. They actually said the highest proportion of people, if I remember rightly, that are actually doing the test, they're called, oh, I forgot the name, they give them a nickname. They're older bikers. The bikers that are sort of, I don't know, in the 50s or the 60s. And once you run out of 50 and 60 year olds, you know, when they're not riding anymore, there's nothing left. And as it stands now, if I'd have passed my theory, I'd have quite happily have gone on to do my mod 1 and my mod 2. But like I said, it's just one of them, it needs to change, it really does. And I want to say thank you to all of you that are subscribed and all of you that have recently subscribed. Hello and welcome aboard. I really do appreciate it, honestly. That's the RKF rider. If you could go over and subscribe to his channel and comment and like and all the rest of it, he'd really appreciate it as well, as would I. But yeah, it's things have got to change. It's a bit daft. Like I said, me and Sanjay should get a letter from the government saying, oh, well done, 2 years on your bikes. Even one person suggested on the comments having a black box, and then you've got to do 100 hours on the road, which I thought was a brilliant idea. And then once you've done that, it's like boom. But yeah, me personally, I'd abolish 125s. I mean, sorry, 50cc's. So it'd be 125 at 16, 250 onwards. Anything over, if you're anything over 17 years old, you can instantly ride a 250 as long as you've done your CBT on a 250. 2 years of keeping your nose clean, boom, full license. Because there's nothing that attests. Oh, these bloody grips. There's nothing. If I went out fat tire and did my mod 1 and my mod 2, there's nothing they're gonna teach me that I've not already seen or experienced while I've been out on the road. I've had idiot car drivers, people tailgating me. You know the score as a biker. There's a thing that they put on. We're both members of Rivington Barn Bikers, and it says cyclists ride bikes like everybody should be looking out for them, whereas motorbikers ride bikes like everybody's out to kill them. You see my point? And like I said, it's no incentive for younger people. Or either pass your test in that 2 year, or you're gonna have to come and pay for another CBT and ride on old plates. Because I'd be like, and it's exactly what I did. The CBT didn't exist when I got my DT50. It was a case of I got it taxed, MOT'd and insured, and I hit the road. But for me, when I turned 17, I obviously knew that I could drive a car, so I just went down that route, taking my friends out and stuff, and it was so much better, and why not? Anyways, folks, I reckon it's going to be, it is pretty busy up here. There's bikes at bottom. Oh, another Triumph Tiger there then, spotted it. And a bike stuffed outside there, and there, here, there and everywhere. Right, folks, I am going to end it here. You see what I mean? Getting neutral now. I'll show you actually what I did. Yeah. If the camera will pick it up, I undid that, greased all that, and then where this bar is, put grease inside there and everything, and it's a lot better, honestly. Anyways, folks, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as per usual, folks, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.